So you want to move to the Charleston area and you want to know what one of the best suburbs is. Well, today's your lucky day because today we are talking about Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. It is literally over the bridge from Charleston. Before the Cooper River Bridge, which is also called the Arthur Ravenel Bridge, before this bridge was put in, there were two bridges here. They were very old. One was put in, I think 1929 was when it was put in. Very old, traditional with the metal spans and all that. It was one of those things where you drove white-knuckled and do not talk to me because I am concentrating on staying between the line and the side of this bridge. Just let me concentrate on this. It was always just high anxiety for me. My sister, anytime we would drive to the beach, we always had to have just a little bit of silence in the car so that we could concentrate on the task at hand when we were going across that bridge. It's also, if you watch one of the Die Hard movies, whichever the one is where they drive the truck off the bridge, they're trying to get on the barge, I think. That's actually filmed in Charleston, not New York City, like it's supposed to be actually in the movie. So just a little bit of trivia there for you.
Welcome to the party, pal!
Mount Pleasant is full of beautiful subdivisions. You have subdivisions with some of the newer subdivisions. Then you have also some of the older, the old village has some of the older houses in it. It used to be, my husband tells me that he remembers whenever there was just nothing in Mount Pleasant. Whenever he was growing up, it was just a place they went through to get to the beach. And now it is just really just a hub of just so much activity. Any kind of restaurant you want, it's here. There are so many shopping centers here. Any kind of shopping you want, whether it's grocery store, there's a Costco here. There's a town center here where you can do all of your retail shopping. Just so many shopping opportunities here. One of my favorite attractions to visit in Mount Pleasant is Trader Joe's. But make sure you bring your patience because this place is always packed. Mount Pleasant is on the water too, so you can get a lot of your fresh seafood at some of the local restaurants here. I'm going to take you to Shem Creek in a little bit, and you can actually drive your boat up to some of the restaurants that are in Shem Creek and park it and have some dinner there. Mount Pleasant has a lot of county parks. They love to have a lot of recreation opportunities for the residents, visitors, just so much to do for them. Then they also have a lot of events. Right now I am at Waterfront Park. There's a little play area here. There's a pier here. It's on the water right next to the bridge. There's a lot of open grassy areas here. They do movies, they have concerts, all kinds of events here. Typically when it's warmer, it's a January day here, and it is honestly kind of chilly. This Yankee is kind of cold today. But at Waterfront Park, they have a lot of events. Then there are a lot of other places throughout Mount Pleasant where they have events as well. And we're going to go and take a look at all of those here in just a little bit. Where are all of my golfers at? How about this for a gorgeous course, huh? This is the Patriots Point Links. I still look gorgeous. It's on the water. One of the great things about Mount Pleasant, too, is that it has a beach. Isn't that one of the reasons people come to Charleston? So we're going to go ahead. We're going to take a ride out to Isle of Palms. It's one of the beaches out here. I'm going to show you some of the restaurants, the different housing options, the attractions, events, just everything there is to know about Mount Pleasant so that you can decide if maybe this is where you might want to make your route to. Here we are at Isle of Palms. This is one of the beaches in the Charleston area. This is just over the Isle of Palms connector from Mount Pleasant. Very, very beautiful. It's a gorgeous day here. A little chilly, but still beautiful. I wanted to show you all how beautiful this beach was. It's just, I don't know, maybe 8 minutes from the rest of Mount Pleasant, and there's a lot to do here too. Parking can be a problem, especially during the peak season. So a lot of times you'll have to pay for it out here. I did manage to find a place. It says you have to be 4 feet off of the pavement. So I did manage to get 4 feet off the pavement. But it is a very non-peak time today. So during peak time, just make sure that you have, everything takes debit cards now. So just make sure that you have a way to pay for parking and you should be good. All right, so right now we are in the old village of Mount Pleasant. This area has really cute shops and cafes, and the houses here are the big, beautiful, historic houses that were part of the original Mount Pleasant area. It's a really cute, fun part of Mount Pleasant, and while it's not quite so crowded and people-y as some of the, yes, people-y, I made that up, as some of the other areas of Mount Pleasant, there really isn't a lot of parking here. So you might have to park and walk to get to some of the areas if you want to stop and check out some of the shops or get a bite to eat. All right, so we are in the historic district, and there's just a little hidden gem here that I want to show you all. It is the Pit Pharmacy. It's just, it takes you back. It has so many cute things in it. So I wanted to take you in. I'm not going to talk too much in there, but I wanted to just take you in and show you just all of the fun stuff that's in there. You'll never know what you're going to find in there. It has cute little trinkets from many years ago. You can actually get some sandwiches, fountain drinks, malts, milkshakes. I just wanted to take you in, just give you a little look at what's in there. Right now I am at the Pittman Bridge Recreation Area. There actually used to be a bridge from Mount Pleasant over to Sullivan's Island. We're going to be taking you there next. It's actually our favorite beach. Stay tuned for that. But there used to be a bridge here that connected Mount Pleasant with Sullivan's Island, but don't quote me on this, but I think it was around Hurricane Hugo that the bridge actually fell and they didn't build it back. They actually built another one. Sullivan's Island is behind us, and somewhere over there is a lighthouse. I don't know if you can see it. Years ago, whenever I first came to Charleston back in 1990 something, I had the opportunity to go up in the lighthouse. But again, that is something that I will show you here in just a little bit. Right now I am at the lighthouse on Sullivan's Island. This is one I actually had the opportunity to go up in this lighthouse back in the 19-something, whenever I came down here to see Charleston for my very first time. And my cousin actually worked for the Coast Guard at the time. And because this is owned by the U.S. government and the Coast Guard, I was able to go up. That was more than a couple years ago. But here is the lighthouse on Sullivan's Island. So let's go ahead and take a look at the beach. Off the beaten path is Sullivan's Island. It's one of the many beaches in the Charleston area, but it is our favorite because it is off the beaten path. It's not as commercialized. There aren't quite as many amenities here, but whenever we come to the beach, we really just come to relax, enjoy the breeze, enjoy the salty air, the sound of the ocean, and just relax, like I said. And we are definitely able to do that at Sullivan's Island. Now, I'm not saying that it's never busy here because, I mean, it's the beach. So, of course, there's always going to be people here. I mean, here we are, it's January, and there are people walking the beach. But it's really, if you're in the Charleston area, I highly, highly recommend it just for, even if you just want to come out just to find some peace just for a little while. It's really special out here. And of course, here at the lighthouse. Mount Pleasant has really good schools. According to the Mount Pleasant website, 100% of the schools in Mount Pleasant have an excellent rating from the South Carolina Board of Education. And it's rated, Wando, which is behind me, is actually rated number 6 in the state, according to publicschoolreview.com. So that's pretty good. Also, a lot of their sports teams are really good. And I have to say, my daughter, she's on the JV team, the JV tennis team. And this past fall was the first time in the JV coaches' time with the team that the JV team beat the Wando team. So that was pretty exciting for us. And my daughter won her match. So yay. If this is your first time to the channel, make sure you subscribe, tap the bell so you can get notifications, so you can be notified every time I release a new video, so you can stay up to date on everything that's happening in the Charleston market. I get calls, texts, and emails every day from people that want to make that move, and I love to do everything I can to help make it an easy move.